everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to this week's Ponderous Wednesday. Now this week's interesting and thought-provoking topic is going to be, of course, relating to the gold run that we're in, the huge increase in gold prices that we've seen over this last couple of weeks. It would be remiss of me not to talk about it, to be honest. It's such an important topic and one on the tip of everybody's tongue, it seems, here on YouTube. And the overarching question that I'm going to ask today is, how do you know when the right time to sell your gold might be? So a lot of people who really like it when gold prices go up like they have over this last 3 or 4 weeks, because they look to sell their gold and cash in and get some profits. However, there's people like me who aren't really too bothered because it's not necessarily a massive problem for their long-term strategies. However, like many, I'm probably a little bit miffed that I can't pick up lots of cheap gold right now. However, there are other opportunities out there, which again I want to talk about in today's video, how you can increase perhaps the quality of your stack, not necessarily the quantity. And I have been buying and selling some gold this week. So a lot of ground to cover today, a lot of interesting things to talk about. Remember though that what I am talking about today is just my own thoughts and opinions on this subject, this greater subject of when to sell your gold. I'm certainly not telling you when you should sell your gold. It's a question for you and you alone, and I'm not giving financial advice, I guess is what I'm trying to say from today's video. Now, feel free to comment as we go throughout with your own thoughts and opinions on this down in the comment section. Do be respectful of mine and other people's opinions, because there will be a lot of differing opinions on the subject. Now, when do you sell your gold? Well, prices are up. Prices are good right now. £1,128 an ounce at the time of filming for gold, and $1,434 an ounce for gold in dollar terms. So huge price increases over this last couple of weeks. Now I'm going to focus a little bit more on gold prices because that's what's really kind of taken off. Silver has gone up, no doubt, but the gap between the ratio between gold and silver has extended in silver's favour. So silver does seem to be the kind of good buy at the moment rather than perhaps gold. However, that said, there's an awful lot of gold being bought at the moment in the marketplace, and it's evident from the price rises. Simple economics: the more that people buy, the more the prices go up. And I've seen a lot of gold and silver, well, specifically gold, a lot of gold being sold on the Silver Forum and various other bits of social media. And it sells quickly. Let me tell you, it sells quickly. I've even sold some gold on the Silver Forum this week of my own, and it sold very quickly. I sold some spot price gold. I think it was up for about 6 minutes. An ounce of gold very quickly. In fact, it was 1.2 ounces because there was a sovereign in there too. So a lot of people really keen to buy gold at the moment, despite these high prices. So, one of the big things here is, of course, going to be about exit strategies. I've talked about exit strategies so many times before. I'm not going to harp on about them again today, but if you want to know when the right time to sell your gold is, look at your own exit strategy. For me, I had a bit of an exit strategy which helped me here this week. I have managed to pick up some gold. I've purchased some gold, but I've also sold some gold. Now, look at this. I've got two. I'm so happy. I had this one, or was it this one? I can't remember which one it was now. I have to have a look at previous videos. But I had a 50 pesos gold coin, which I bought from Vanguard Metals an awful long time ago. Absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite coins. I really do think it's beautiful and gorgeous. Just look at the eagle on the other side. And there was one of these that came up for sale on the Silver Forum, and it got me thinking about how I could perhaps trade up some of my boring pieces of gold which I had in the stack for something a little bit more interesting. So I did just that. I sold a 2015 gold Britannia, which was nothing special. It was bullion grade, not very pretty looking at all, just the same as all of the other kind of regular year bullion Britannias. And I traded it up for this. I sold it at X price, and I bought this at the same price per ounce. So overall, this hasn't cost me anything, and I've essentially changed my, my boring Britannia into something like this, which doesn't usually have a huge premium because it's a very big piece of gold, but at the same time, they don't come up very often. And when they do, they're probably going to be from a dealer, and you're probably going to pay 2, 3, 4% over spot. Even if it was a normal kind of marketplace conditions, even on the Silver Forum, people would not be selling their their gold at spot price like this particular 50 pesos coin was, because again, it's about supply and demand. If there's lots of coins out there for people to buy, then people are going to have a bit of competition on their hands. So really great opportunities right now, I think, for a lot of people to trade up their sort of boring coins in their stack and do more. And that's again what I've done with this. I've done it twice this week. I've sold 2 of my 1 ounce gold Britannias to trade up for this 2007 Britannia, which I really like, actually. Very, very cool coin. And, for me, that was the right time. However, for a lot of people out there, now is the right time to be buying gold. So I haven't actually added any gold to the stack from these purchases. I've essentially just traded up I haven't added any weight. However, there's a lot of people who are adding weight, and that's evident in the fact that the gold is shifting pretty quickly right now. So does that mean that gold prices are expected to go even higher? Well, I mean, if you look at the price last week, it was around 1180. It's now, at the time of filming this, 1128. So that is, quite significantly higher. And even in just a week turnaround, you could make £60 profit there on an ounce of gold, which is quite significant. Of course, as well as, if you've had your gold since 2015, say, and you paid £700 an ounce for it, it would be pretty hard not to pick up the £400-500 profit right now. But I suppose, whilst the profit is really alluring and it's really kind of, a lot of people will see that and they'll think, wow, that's fantastic. Do remember, whatever is your, long-term strategy is really important to remember there. For me, a lot of this gold, well, pretty much all of this gold, is going to be for the very long term. It's going to be for my pension age, so, 20, 30 years' time. So I'm not too bothered about adding more gold to the stack right now. If I was going to add more gold, I'd do it. If it was part of my strategy, I'd do it. I do think, however, there are other options out there right now than gold. So, I'm not saying that I wouldn't buy gold. If there was the Queen's Beast gold coins, the next one in the series, if they came out tomorrow, I'd probably go and cash and buy those now. However, I do think that there are other opportunities right now for metals. I think gold is overpriced. Now, again, this isn't financial advice, not me telling you what is going to happen in the future with gold. But I do think that there's either going to be a price correction in silver going up or gold coming down at some point. I don't know when, but I do think that is likely to happen. So for me, right now, trading up for gold is fine. Adding extra gold to the stack is not essential, but if it does happen, it's for that long-term pension stack, and I'm not really too bothered about the increase in prices. I've bought gold at higher prices and lower prices for all of the coins, and it's, it varies from coin to coin. However, of course, silver is a very good looking buy right now at in relation to gold with that silver gold ratio price mechanism. You look at that, it's really very, very much in silver's favour. However, having said that, there might well be scope for still a little bit of movement in the gold-silver ratio in terms of buying gold to then trade up for silver. If we're going to be experiencing 110, 120 to 1 gold-silver ratio, then theoretically buying an ounce of gold right now and then trading it up will essentially buy you 30 more ounces of silver potentially in the future. So there's schools of thought for both parties of picking up gold or silver right now. Now, for those of you keen-eyed people out there, there's one little item on the table which I have not picked up yet, and that is this platinum lion. So platinum, for me, again, not financial advice, just my own thoughts and opinions. But platinum right now, of all the three metals, if you look at the charts, certainly in pound value anyway, it might differ slightly in dollars. But right now, platinum has gone down over this last, well, it's kind of stayed the same actually, I suppose, over this last 3 or 4 weeks. But over this last 3 months, it's come down significantly. And that, for me, is a very interesting point because gold and silver gone up quite a lot. Platinum stayed pretty level. We all know that platinum is, in my opinion, pretty undervalued compared with gold right now. The platinum-gold ratio is significantly lower, and I have just pulled the trigger on a new piece of platinum, which I'm very excited to get. Hopefully that will come as part of the next European Mint Group order. I do think that platinum is a good purchase right now for the very long term, and hopefully one day we will see a price correction. Could be completely wrong, probably will be completely wrong, to be honest. In fact, this is how I do the record keeping for my coins in my stack. I have a little label on the back of the capsule so that I'll know. I've got a spreadsheet as well, but this is just an easy one. So if I pick something up, I know what I've paid for it. And you can see here what price I paid for this particular coin all the way back in August 2017. It's got a bit of a way to go to make my money back on this one. But, the new kind of prices that you'd be paying, I think it was something like £670, I think, right now for an ounce of platinum. So significantly less than this particular price here. And I don't think you can go far wrong with it. Famous last words, but hey-ho, that's the way I see it. So how do you know when to sell? I think if you are worrying too much about it, if you're sitting there watching charts going, when do I sell? When do I buy even? Knowing when the right time to buy something is really important as well. I think overdoing it in terms of mental thought, mental effort on this it's not good. A lot of the times, it's just, you've made up your mind, pull that trigger. That's my thoughts and advice. Of course, make sure that you're doing responsibly. I've talked about that as well so many times before. Have your strategy in place, have your budgets in place, know what your capabilities are and your capacities are for adding extra funds to your account, to your stack if you need to. Understand how you might get that money out again if you needed to in an emergency, if you are going to go overhead. There's a lot of different things, different ways that you can go about planning about when to buy, but ultimately, if you make that decision, if it's right for you, there's just no point in sitting there watching charts go up and down across a week. Just pull that trigger, because nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. And that's kind of the last point that I really want to hone in on. When there's price increases like this, and you see huge price increases like this, and you may well be watching this video because you're brand new to gold, because you've seen a video on YouTube, another one, and this one's popped up in your recommended feed. You've seen that gold's going up and might be a great buy right now. Yeah, it might well be a great buy right now, but all of the people who are telling you that, including myself, we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody truly knows what's going to happen in the markets of gold and silver, and it's really, really important to remember that. Because things can go wrong very quickly if you overdo it and you buy a lot of gold, especially if you're new, and it's very addictive. Once you get one of these coins, like these 50 pesos gold coins, once you get one, you need to get more. They're absolutely fantastic. Just listen to that noise. Really stunning stuff, and it really is addictive. So just be careful out there. Remember that it's a risky investment field to get into. It's one which shouldn't be taken lightly, and especially now that gold prices are quite high, it could be that it goes even higher, but it's unlikely. Whether it will shoot the moon again, this is going to be the last topic. I've seen a fair few videos, or at least I've heard a fair few videos, because when I'm doing my day job now, which is silver pouring in the background, so creating bars like these wonderful Kit Kat bars, I'll have on a playlist, and it'll often have various different commentaries about market sort of movements and prices and things like that. And there's so many people right now who are saying that because the silver prices are so low relative to gold, that there's going to be a huge massive breakout. Silver's going to shoot the moon, and it's going to become, ratio is going to fall back down to 40-1. You can triple your money on silver, or all of this jazz, or it's not going to happen like that. I don't think it will happen like that. Of course, nobody knows the future, including myself. But I can tell you for pretty much certain that, it's the same message that you hear every time that there's huge price spikes. Silver will shoot the moon. It's unlikely to do so. If you disagree, I'm more than happy to have a grown-up discussion with you down in the comment section. But if you're just going to scream and shout and be a troll, there's no point in joining in. So please, if you are going to comment, be respectful of mine and other people's opinions down in the comment section. And if you'd like to share your opinion, please do so. It really does. It's the whole point of this type of video. I like to read them. I like to see what other people think and are doing right now with their gold and silver. And if you like today's commentary in general, then please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. Really helps to support the channel, and share it around through social media as well, and get that YouTube algorithm working in our favor for once. Otherwise, that is pretty much all I have to say about this topic here today. I'm sure I'll do another recap on it at some point in the future. It's a really interesting one, and maybe in a couple of weeks' time, the prices will have settled or gone up even further, and we'll recap and see what we're going to be looking at then. If you'd like to see that video or others when they come out, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you are subscribed and want to get notifications when videos go live, then make sure you hit that alarm bell. As you will have probably seen, I'm down in the Premiere live chat right now. We're going to be trying and doing that a little bit more often. So again, if you want to actually get in on the chats when they come out, then make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Otherwise, that is all I have to say. I hope you guys have a fantastic week ahead. Have a brilliant one. Thanks for watching, and please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.